Speaker Mike Johnson and House Republican Conference Chairwoman Elise Stefanik. Thank you both for being here.
Good morning.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming.
We'd love to cover a range of topics, but let's start with the vote on George Santos. First of all, was that a vote you could control, meaning whether it came to the floor or not? And both of you voted against expelling him. What do you make of the outcome?
Yeah, we couldn't block it. It was a privilege resolution, which means it gets to come to the floor within 2 days of filing. And it was a regrettable day. You know, prior to yesterday, only 5 people had ever been expelled from Congress. 3 were Confederates, 2 were convicted of federal charges. And George Santos has not been convicted in a court. You know, our party believes in the rule of law and due process, and we're deeply concerned about preserving those things. And, you know, maybe he will be convicted by a jury of his peers, but that hadn't happened yet, and that's why we had reservations about it.
I know that both of you did not vote to expel Santos. To the best of your knowledge and understanding your colleagues on the Republican side of the aisle, why? Why did so many vote to oust Santos in violation of historical precedent and seemingly due process, and, by the way, equal application to others who have accusations and charges in some cases against them, but not convictions?
You know, I think many of our colleagues looked at the Ethics Committee report and had concerns that this is not befitting of a member of Congress. Again, my concern was that the lack of due process, and it's a very slippery slope when this type of precedent is set. However, the House worked its will. We are committed to making sure that we hold this seat. The special election will likely be in February or March. And, Will, it's important to remember, when we had local elections, we saw a red wave on Long Island at the local level. So we're very optimistic that we will have a strong candidate to join our Republican majority in February or March.
So, Speaker, you couldn't stop this vote. It was what we call a privilege resolution. But you're the new Speaker. I know you probably don't like that you have less of a majority now. You're going to have 3 seats, right? So why couldn't you, even just as a team leader, I'm not trying to dump on you, but I mean, you're the captain, to go, come on, team, we need that extra vote. And all the reasons that you gave before, but if not just for the sheer raw politics, because they don't care about it on the other side. They've got Eric Swalwell, who's, you know, slept with Chinese spies, and they have, you know, Menendez in the Senate with gold bars in his closet.
Yeah, a lot of the members felt very passionate about this when we allowed them to have a vote of conscience. I felt like that was important. There were some members on the other side making a rule of law argument in favor of expelling, because they said what was different about Santos is he was alleged to have committed crimes against the institution itself, and that's why they felt like this made it a different thing. We had very impassioned views on both sides of that, and you know, we let our views be known to the members, but we allowed them to do what they did. You're right, we're down to a 3-vote margin. It's a difficult thing to govern under those circumstances, but we're optimistic about where we're headed. This team is together, we're pulling together, we got big things ahead of us, but I'm bullish on the future of this.